So before this video starts, I just want to say sorry for the long wait in between tutorials, and thanks for all the support, honestly. Like, we hit 400 subscribers. I was on 200 like a month ago, which is insane, honestly. Also, I did a Terraria video with my friend a couple days ago. I'll leave a link in the description. Go and check him out. Maybe subscribe. Anyway, enjoy the video. Thanks for the support, and I'll see you in the next one. Welcome back to the FPS tutorial series. In this episode, we're going to work on shooting a bit more. We're also going to start working on loadouts and also fixing a bug that I have. Okay, so what the bug is basically the position whenever you sprint and walk and go idle, they snap. We're going to fix that. We're also probably going to improve on shooting a bit more. Okay, but before we begin, I need to tell you something. So in multiplayer, if we go up here to the testing menu, and we set this to 2 players, and we click start, we have 2 Roblox Studio windows with the game running. This is to test multiplayer. Something that you can't really notice, but it is that you can't hear other people shoot their gun, because we're only doing it on the client, which is the player that's playing the game. We need to do it on the server so that everyone in the game can hear it. So what we're going to do is we're going to close the test. We're going to get rid of this line of code, so now the shooting animation sound even won't play. We also need to remove it from full auto, which is down here. We're going to just get rid of it. Okay, so what we're doing is we're creating the fire sound on the client, which is the player that's playing the game. So if we play the game, we're playing as the client. And the reason why we set up the view model in the client in a local script was so only you could see it, because you are the client. When we shoot our gun, nobody else knows we're shooting our gun. So we're going to start working on that now. But yeah. We're going to first of all add sounds. We're not going to add a gun to our character model yet, because we're going to do that later. We actually need to make it server side. We need to make it so when you can shoot our gun, you can hear the sounds. Well, I obviously don't play the fire sound anymore, but it's still there. Like, if we go into workspace, if we go to the Pro 2574, that's me, and upper torso, which is where we put it, I'll probably move that later. We have fire sound, which if we play, it's our fire sound. So if we click up here where it says current client, so we're playing as the client, we can play as the server. So as you can see, we're stood here. Our view model is gone because that's only for the client. So as you can see, the view model's not here anymore. That's because it only affects the client. It only shows up on the client's game. That's because we don't want a floating pair of arms moving around. If we go to workspace and go underneath your name, the sound's not there because we're doing it in a local script. Basically, it'll only work for you. That's all you really need to understand. It'll only work for you. Everybody else won't be able to hear it. We don't need to do that animation, by the way. That's perfectly fine. When we also destroy the sound as well, that's not good. So what we'll do is we'll create a folder in replicated storage. We'll rename it to events. And underneath it, we'll create a remote event. We'll call it, I don't know, load slot, because, yeah. Okay, so a local script is basically a script that only affects your side of the game, so it doesn't affect the server. The way we can get around this is if we go into server script service and add a regular script. I'll call this framework dash server. This script will run for everyone on the entire game. So what we do is underneath this, we'll type in game.replicatedStorage.events.loadSlot. That's this event right here. :fire server. Let's say we go into server. If we if we just get load slots like that, we'll say dot on server event colon connect function. We can say print slot loaded. If we run this, it'll say slot loaded and it'll be green because it's the server, and it'll happen every time we de-equip or re-equip a weapon. So why are we doing this? We're going to create the sound in this event, and then we're going to create another event for when we do shoot the gun, which will take away which will like play the sound. So we're just going to get rid of this, and we'll keep this here. We can do it the other way around, so in here we can say fire client and then on client event, but what that does is that'll run a client script from the server, so something that would usually affect everyone only affects the client. So what we need to do is, through these brackets we can actually pass through some variables. So what we can do is we'll pass through framework.module.firesound.soundID, which is Roblox's, it's the ID for a specific sound on Roblox, so it knows what sound we're talking about. And we can also get the volume, which we had there, so framework.module.firesound.volume, which we're getting this because, you know, we need to make it sound different. Or we can delete up to here, so it's just this. I'm going to publish that really quick. Remember to publish, by the way. Okay, so we need to actually write these variables here, but we can't just say like volume, sound ID. We need to first put like player, because the first value is the player that fired, like the client that fired the event. Then we'll say sound ID, and then we'll say volume. So what we'll do now is we'll basically put similar code but slightly different. We'll say if player.character then, and we'll say for I, v in pairs player dot character dot upper torso do. We will change this from upper torso soon to our actual third person gun. Okay, so this is filtering through the upper torso, and we'll say if v.name equals fire sound, then v:destroy. So we're checking if there's a fire sound in the player when we change slot, and we're destroying it. Then what we'll say is we're going to say local fire sound equals instance.new sound. Fire sound.parent equals player.character.upper torso. Fire sound.name equals fire sound. Make sure it's spelled exactly the same as it is right here. It is case sensitive, so be careful about that. Fire sound dot volume equals volume. Fire sound dot sound ID equals sound ID. And that's pretty much it. That's all we need for this. So if we run this, there is an error. Table expected got into. Yeah. Okay. I forgot to put :get children. Dumb mistake. But okay. So now. Okay. So now, if we look in workspace, if we click our name, if we click our character, then we scroll down to the upper torso, you've got fire sound. If we go to the server here, our guy is right here. If we click on him and go into his upper torso, the fire sound's also right there. So now it's there for everyone. We'll go into replicated storage and events, and then we'll just duplicate this remote event and we'll call it shoot. And then we'll put exactly the same thing, so game.replicated storage.events.shoot.onServer event connect function. And then we'll put player, fire sound. Actually we won't, we'll just put player. And okay, so we actually need to fire this at some point. So when we left click, so here, we'll say game.replicated storage.events.shoot.onServer event, or not .onServer event, column fire server, and that's all we need to put. So I'm gonna go up to the top where we have fire sound, and I'm just gonna delete that variable because we don't need it, and I don't want to be wasting a line of code on it. So we're gonna copy this, I'm gonna scroll here, and we're gonna put it right here. So what we can do is we'll say if player.character, then we'll say local sound equals player.character.upper torso column find first child, and then we'll say fire sound. Make sure it's spelled exactly the same again, and then we'll say if sound then we'll say sound column play. So now if we test it, I'll play our sound. So yeah, this happens on the server as well, so everyone will be able to hear it. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to make ammo. Ammo equals 30 for the M4A1. Max ammo equals 30. And we could even like put ammo type, but no. I'm also gonna copy and paste the same thing here, but we'll do 17, I think. We'll do 17, I think that's what it is. If I'm wrong, I don't really care. It's a tutorial. We'll go into framework client, and because it's UI, we don't need to worry about having it run on the server. In render stepped, right here, hood.ammo.text equals framework.module.ammo. Hood.ammo.maxammo .text equals framework.module.maxammo. Yep, it works. Okay, so what we'll do. So the way we do this is we're going to go down to where we actually fire the gun. And I'll say here, and framework.ammo does not equal 0. And we'll say framework.module.ammo negative equals 1. So that will take away 1 from the ammo. Also, I forgot, I need to put framework.module.ammo. I'll also move this here, just to make it look better. We'll scroll down and we'll do the same thing here. Framework.module.ammo is greater than 0. And now, this should work. Yep. And with the M9, it does as well. Okay, so we're going to work on a reload now. we're just gonna make a basic reload. So when you press R, it'll wait a minute and then set it back to the max amount of ammo. You could make it better, which we will do probably in the next episode. First thing we need to do is we need to actually detect the input. So we'll say if input.keycode equals enum.keycode.r, then. But really quickly, before we do that, one thing that we should probably do is add a debounce to the shooting. So if I spam click left click, but if I spam click it, we can do it very fast. And if you have an auto clicker, that's going to be even faster. So what we'll do is we'll say local debounce equals false. And when we shoot the gun, well, actually, inside of the script, we'll say debounce equals, I'll say like 0.05, and I'll copy this into the M9 script. So what this is going to do is this is going to wait the amount of time given, and it's going to let us shoot again. So when we shoot, it's going to stop us from being able to shoot for a specific amount of time. We'll say debounce equals true, and actually I'll put this event after the debounce equals true. Debounce equals true. Wait. Framework.module.debounce, and debounce equals false. And then we'll say and debounce equals false. Even if it doesn't really affect it, it's still useful to have, just so people can't use auto clickers. What we can do is for the reload, we can say wait, and actually what I'll do is inside of here I'll put another thing, I'll put another variable that says reload time equals, and we'll say like 3. We'll say framework.module.reload time. I'll also make another variable that says local is reloading equals false. And I think while I'm at it, I'll say local can shoot equals false. Actually true. We'll scroll down to the reload. Can shoot equals false. Is reloading equals true. And then we'll wait, and we'll say just the opposite way around. And we'll also say framework.module.ammo equals framework.module.max ammo. And if we scroll down to where we shoot, we'll say also and is reloading does not equal true, and can fire is equal to true. And copy this, and here paste this in. Now if I try this and I reload, I can't fire. It sets my ammo back, and now I can fire again. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make like a part 4.5 that's just how to get Blender animations into Studio. So you can make like some actual like animations that aren't just this or this. So we have that working. I'll publish that. Let me copy this, and we'll say offset column look v.primary dot CFrame, and then we'll put times CFrame.new, whatever. I'll actually say this and this, and then just put those. Alright, that worked. Actually worked. Nice. Okay, so yeah, so all you had to do was alert the position, like the C-frames. Yeah, so that's how you smoothly change the movement. We're going to make it so the gun rotates on its side. We'll say sprint cf equals cframe.new. We'll say math.rad thing, so I need to put it here. And that should work. It works, but it does it way too much. That's enough for this video. I know I didn't go over shooting and loadouts. I'll do that in the next video. Actually, no, I'll do that in 2 episodes because well, technically, I'm going to make a part 4.5, which is just how to import Blender animations. It's not a required part. We don't really code anything. We're just going to do Blender animations. But yeah, we fixed up the transition between the movement animations. We also improved shooting and made it replicated. And we also added sprinting animations, which is cool. Looks pretty nice. We'll get actual bullets in the next episode that you can fire and damage other players, because I want to get this game playable, like, really quickly. It won't look good, but we'll work on that after. Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff to work on now. We've got loadouts, attachments. We'll work on shooting in the next episode, but it won't look good. There'll be no muzzle flashes, nothing like that, because I just want to get the base done first. Also, we'll fix bugs like being able to sprint while aiming. Also, maybe lowering your sensitivity and the bobbing speed, and also the player's speed while aiming. Also being able to shoot while running. Also maybe recoil, bullet holes. If you have any suggestions on what to add, just leave them in the comments. I'll probably see them. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, then good job. Also, we hit 300 subs, which is pretty cool. I've actually been getting a lot of subs recently. Like, I got 100 in August. Then I got 200 like 2 weeks ago. So yeah, that's pretty surprising, honestly. Maybe one day we'll get to 1,000. Who knows? Thanks for watching, and if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. Leave a like, comment any new feature ideas that you have that you want me to add, or if you found any bugs, let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.